Good morning, students. Myself, Mrs. Shagufta Sheikh, have come up with a new lesson of EVS 1. Students, you all know different parts of our body very well. But have you ever thought of what is inside our body? How our body functions? And how our organs work properly? So today, we will start with a new lesson, a look inside our body. Students, now you will tell me. Let me check whether you can give me answers. Here is a first question for you. Why does the chest expand when we breathe in? Yes, think and tell me. Because when we breathe in, the air enters our body. That is why our chest expands when we breathe in. Now, second question for you. The doctor puts her fingers on your wrist to feel your pulse. You too can feel your pulse. What causes this throbbing? What do we mean by throbbing? It means beats or sounds with a strong or regular rhythm. When you goes to doctor, do she puts her finger on your wrist to feel your pulse? Have you ever noticed? Why does she do like that? Yes? Have you ever thought of it? We can feel the pulse near the wrist because inside the wrist the blood flows through the blood vessels. As the heart contracts, the blood is forced forward. This causes throbbing. Have you all understood now? Let us move ahead now. Now we will learn about internal organs. We have many different tasks to do. We use certain specific parts of the body to do them. So, can you tell me which parts of our body do we use for the following? For seeing, what do we use? We use our eyes. For walking, we use our legs. For hearing, we use our ears. And for writing, we use our hands and fingers. Have you all understood? What is meant by external organs? Can you give me some examples? The organs located on the outside of the body are called external organs. For example, legs, hands, head, neck, etc. Which parts of the body are called sensory organs? Why are they called so? Yes, what are sensory organs? Right. Eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin are called sensory organs. With the help of these organs, we are aware of our surroundings. Therefore, they are called sensory organs. Now, we will learn more about internal organs. A part of the body that is used to perform a certain functions is called an organ. We use our legs to walk. Hence, our legs are our organs for walking. We use our ears for hearing. Hence, our ears are the organs for hearing. Or here is a new term for you to learn. Internal organ. An organ that is situated inside the body. It cannot be seen from outside. Students, do you know many functions of the body go on inside our body? A network of blood vessels is spread throughout the body. Blood flows through them continuously. The air we breathe in is carried to all parts of our body through the blood. The food we eat is digested. These functions are carried out by different organs called internal organs. So, let us learn a few things about them. See, can you see in this picture? A network of blood vessels is spread throughout the body. Blood flows through them continuously. The air we breathe in is carried to all parts of the body through blood. See. Can you see how the blood vessels have spread throughout our body? Students, now we will see special places for internal organs. But before proceeding further, there are some questions which you have to give me answers. Can you see two pictures? What is in the first image here? Biscuits are kept in the jar. And in the second picture, biscuits are in the pack. Now what will happen to the biscuits in the jar if this jar is shaken anyhow and turned over? What will happen to the biscuits? Yes, these biscuits will break into pieces. And in the same way, if this packed biscuit it is shaken, will it break into pieces? No, it will not break into pieces. Why? Because biscuits in the closed pack is tightly fixed and they will not move from here and there. But biscuits in the jar are loosely kept anyhow in the jar. This makes them move here and there in the jar. Have you all understood? Let us move ahead now. Students, we will see the special places for internal organs. The internal organs of the body that carry out important functions are securely protected inside the body. The structure of our body is such that our internal organs can remain in their places no matter how much we move. There are hollow spaces for these organs inside the head and the torso. What do you mean by torso? See, this part is called as the torso. This is the head part and this is the torso part. The cavity inside the head is called the cranial cavity. See, the cavity which is inside the head is called as the cranial cavity. The cavity inside the torso has three parts. The cavity inside the chest. Where is the chest? Here. The cavity inside the chest is called as the thoracic cavity. The cavity inside the abdomen has two parts. They are abdominal cavity and pelvic cavity. Have you all understood? We had seen first cranial cavity which is inside the head, thoracic cavity is inside the chest, and abdominal cavity is where in the abdomen there are two cavities inside the abdomen. First is abdominal cavity and pelvic cavity. All the internal organs of our body are situated in these cavities. They are situated in such a way that they will not leave their places and move here and there. See, just now only we have seen how the food enters from mouth to stomach with the help of teeth we chew it, and it enters through esophagus to stomach. The stomach and other digestive organs are in the abdominal cavity. But this tube called esophagus or gullet has to be in the thoracic cavity. Where is the thoracic cavity? In the chest. So it has to be in the thoracic cavity. See how the food enters from esophagus to our stomach. Stomach is in abdominal cavity and esophagus where it is? The thoracic cavity. Have you all understood? The swallowed food needs to be sent further to the stomach by the esophagus. The flexible walls of the esophagus helps to push the food in the forward direction. So it has to be flexible. Students, do you know The journey of food in our body begins in the mouth. The internal organs in the abdomen help to digest it. The digested and unwanted part is passed out through the anus in the form of feces. That is where the journey ends. See how the food enters our mouth through esophagus, it enters the stomach, and the unwanted part is moved through anus in the form of feces. And this is how the journey of food ends. Food travels through a pipe-like pathway from the mouth to anus. It is called the alimentary canal. It is about 9 meters long. It is made up of number of internal organs. The esophagus is part of the alimentary canal. Have you all understood? I hope you all might have understood till here. Now we will stop here and continue in our next video. Kindly subscribe our channel to receive further notification. Thank you.